Okay, so number one, an example of an area of land covered by water. We've got marsh and we've got swamp. So that's really, really natural in Florida. We see a lot of marsh and a lot of swamp. Actually, our playground back here becomes a swamp every day. So, number two, what might be found growing in a marsh? Hassan?
Ferns.
Ferns are one of them. What else?
Wheatgrass.
The sweet grass. Very good. What else? Jane Elise? Orchids.
Orchids.
Yes, very good. So, sweetgrass, ferns, and orchids are all things that can be found growing in a swamp.
So it's all of them?
So there's only one answer. Like one answer.
You're gonna bubble in them all. Number three, what describes the Okefenokee Swamp? Ronald?
The largest swamp in
North America. Yes, that is one of them. It is the largest swamp in North America. What else, Beauty?
Found in Georgia and Florida.
Very good. It's found in Georgia and Florida, so you're going to bubble both of those in. Number four, what usually lives in swamps or marshes? Miss On?
Fish, frogs, toads, and some snakes.
Fish, frogs, toads, and some snakes. Yes. I'm going to put fish, etc. because you guys can bubble in. Are people found living in swamps?
No.
We don't have Shreks living in our swamps. So, what else, Damian Peters?
Alligators.
Alligators, very good. Very good. Oh, Hassan's about to die. What birds are found along the southeast coastline?
Brown pelicans.
Brown pelicans are one of them. Everybody, y'all can just start calling them out so we can get through this. What else is it?
Sandpipers.
Sandpipers. Brown pelicans and sandpipers. Very good. Number 6, what is West Virginia's tree?
Sugar maple.
Sugar maple, very good. Guys, let me just tell y'all something right now.
Okay.
I am so stinking proud of y'all because I see students who are in that book pulling this information out. I am so happy to see that you guys not only listened while we read and we had an interrupted class yesterday, but you're also going back into the book and pulling the information out. So throw that hand up in the air and pat yourself on the back because y'all are doing awesome. All right, let's go down to the next one. Make sure that you have this because I'm going to erase it. Okay.
We already have it.
All right, quiet please. Quiet please, thank you. Okay. So down number 7, it says refer to the chart on student text page 318. Okay, well let's go over to page 318 in our book. We've got a little chart there. Looks like this. Looks like this in your textbook. We got a chart. Do you have a question, Ms. On? Oh, we'll hang down for right now, okay?
Wait.
There shouldn't be any talking. Okay. What is the state, tree, flower, and bird of Georgia using your chart? Damien?
Live oak, Cherokee rose, and brown thrush.
Very good. It is a live oak, Cherokee rose, and brown thrasher.
Where do you see those?
Page 318. It's on the table. Think about this, thrasher. Next week, we are. I'm so tired, guys. And we just had a really busy class over there. Next week, I'm going to be assigning you guys, or I'm gonna decide exactly what we're gonna do. We're getting our state project assigned next week. So you will be picking your state or having a state assigned to you. I might just do a random thing and pick the states for you. But you'll guys, Miss B is struggling. I did not have enough caffeine this morning. Woo! So you will be given your state, and this is gonna be some of the information that you'll need to know for your state. So if you had Georgia as your state, this would be some of the stuff that you would need to show me. Okay, it's a live oak, it's the Cherokee rose, it's the brown thrasher. We're learning about the flora and fauna, which is great, but when you are assigned your state for your state project, this will be information that you'll need to get and learn about. And that will be next week that we're gonna start talking about our project.
Yay.
Number 8, Hassan, what does the state flower of Arkansas tell you about the state?
Apple blossom?
It's an apple blossom, and what does that tell you about Arkansas?
That has a lot of apples.
Yeah, that they have apples growing in Arkansas. Very good. Number 9. Which 2 state birds are state symbols of more than one state?
Cardinal.
The cardinal is one of them. What's the other one, Ronald?
Mockingbird.
Yes.
Yes.
Shh. There's not talking when I'm up here teaching, unless I've told you to give me an answer. And number 10, what is the state flower of Florida, Hassan?
Mockingbird.
State flower.
Oh!
Jannalise.
The
Orange.
orange
Blossom.
blossom.
Very good. Number 10, the orange blossom.
I thought it said state bird.
Very good. Okay, so that page is done. Set it to the side because I'm going to take it up today. And we are going to look at page 147. Get your book open to page 319, your textbook. I need y'all keeping up. Again, same 2 students, not listening. Page 147. Tear it out. Okay. Top of the page says what? It's ridiculous. Okay, I need y'all on task and working faster than this. Because when I have to stop, it's taking time out of our very short amount of time we have together. So it says the nature of the place on top of it. It matches the same heading that we have on textbook page 319, okay? We have got lots of information that we learned about. We learned about the coastal plain, the Piedmont, the plateau, and a coastland. So we need to match the information with the correct term. Well, if you look there on page 319, you'll see that these terms are in bold letters. They're vocabulary terms. Number 1 says an area made up of sandy beaches in some parts and marshes or swamps in the other parts. What type of area is that? Beautiful? Oh. Yes, that's the coastland. Number 2, flat land stretching up from the coast. Janelise?
C?
No.
A.
Yes, and you think about it like this, okay? It says flat land stretching up from the coast. So we know it's going to be something that's coastal, and a way to remember this is a plain. Remember that a plain is flat, okay? So the coastal plain is the flat land stretching up from the coast, letter A. Number 3, flat or hilly land beyond the mountains. I'm going to call on you.
C.
Yes, very good. C, plateau. And number 4, foothills between the coastal plain and the mountains. Very good. That would be the Piedmont. B. Excellent job. So again, these are terms. Get familiar with them. Okay, get familiar with this information. I did remember, finally, and for my virtual student, this will be in your packet next week, vocabulary for this chapter. I know that we're like 4 lessons into it, but I got a lot on my plate. So, all right, we're going to let it down. We're doing true and false. Now, just like we've been seeing, true if the statement is true, and if the statement's false, you want to write the correct word for that underlined word. Do you have a question?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 1, the Mississippi River is the longest river in the world. Janelise?
True?
It is not true. It's the longest river where? No?
North
No?
in Mississippi.
No?
Wait, what?
Well, let's look. Page 320. The Southeast has several important rivers as well. The most important is the Mississippi River. The Mississippi is the longest river in the United States. It is the 4th longest in the world.
In the United States.
Yes, very good. So for your first answer, you need to put the United States. Are we doing 5? Okay. It's the 4th largest in the world. Number 6. The southeastern state face dangers from hurricanes.
True?
True. Because we are coastal, some of us.
Yes.
So yes, we do. Let's look at that. The southeast climate tends to be milder than other regions overall. The summers in the southeast are hot, but the winters are mild, and this is true of the southwest also. But the southeast has another special ingredient: rain, and lots of it. This addition means that plants grow well in the southeast, they get plenty of sun and rain, and the weather is warm enough for them to grow for long parts of the year. So while other places have to stop their farming September, October because the weather starts to get cold, we can grow things. We know that the weather's not going to get cold here until like December or January. We may have some cooler days in October and November, but December, January, February, that's when it gets the coldest, and it doesn't even get that cold. So it's why I want to move to North Carolina, but that's just my personal want in life right now. The climate is warmest in the southernmost states, Florida, and along the coast. And the farther to the north, the farther into the mountains, the cooler the climate will be. However, the southeast also faces dangers from its location and climate. Hurricanes form over warm oceans and often hit the coast of the southeastern states. Heavy rains can cause flooding, even in areas not directly in the path of a hurricane. So some fun facts there for you. Number 7. The southeast climate tends to be harsher than other regions. Milder. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Perfect. That's false. Our climate tends to be more mild. Number 8. The warm weather in the southeast allows plants to grow for short parts of the year. Janelise?
True?
No, we just talked about this. Damien? Longer times, yes. So for more months, because it's such a short winter, we can keep growing our crops and keep growing our plants until much later in the year. Also, that's why we're known for our oranges, okay? They have something called the frost line, and it changes as climate changes over the years. But we're so well known for our oranges in the state of Florida because we can grow them for so long during the year. And that's why the further you head south, the more orange groves you see, because they don't really even get a frost. You know, sometimes you'll go outside when it's real cold outside and there might be ice on the windshield or ice on the grass. It's not snow, it's frost. It means it got cold. And you know how the grass will be wet in the morning? It's called dew. When it's below freezing outside, 32 degrees, when it's below that, that dew that will settle on the grass and settle on the cars, it freezes and it's a frost. Well, the further south you go, you don't really get those frosts, and they are able to grow lots and lots of oranges. There's actually a little town that I visited before where they are right smack dab in the middle of an orange grove, and there's so many trucks carrying oranges that while you walk down the street, you'll just see oranges rolling down the road. They're everywhere because they've got oranges all over the place. So you could literally just be like, oh, look, an orange. So yeah, some fun facts about our climate here in Florida being in the southeast. We've experienced all of this. So let's move on. Number 8, the warm weather. Sorry, we already did that. Long. Damien was right. We have all those months to farm where other regions don't necessarily have that. Number 9, the climate becomes warmer the farther north you go. Beautiful. It becomes colder. Very good. So remember, we talked about this. We have, I think, 16 states in the southeast. We have similar climate, but we don't have mountains. We don't get snow, whereas North Georgia, North Carolina, Virginia, those states can get snow. So they will have a colder winter, but they still have the same climate. The heat, the humidity, the hot summers. Their seasons are just a little bit different because they're further north. All right, let's look down at the last bit of this page here. Number 10. We're going to write the correct word to complete the sentence. Several states have built important blank because of the long coastline with natural harbors. Not quite what I'm looking for. Let's look at page 321 in our book, okay? It says natural resources can be found all over the southeast. The coasts of the southeast are themselves a natural resource. As a result, several states have built important ports. These ports are busy places where good ships are shipped to and received from countries all over the world. Janelise?
Ports.
Yes, ports. I knew I'd get you there once I read it. Number 10 is ports. Number 11, goods can be shipped up and down some of the what?
Harbors.
Not harbors. Think about up and down. Rivers. Yes, very good. I'm telling you guys where the information can be found. Number 12, coal, oil, and natural gas are resources that provide what for many Americans?
What they provide, what is it? Did you say oil?
The rivers of the southeast include the Mississippi River. They're also important natural resources. Goods can be shipped up and down some of these rivers. Dams built on these rivers create lakes and help control flooding. Dams also allow people to generate power from the water. The climate and good soil of much of the southeast are also important natural resources. The long growing season, plentiful rain, and fertile ground found in the southeast make it an ideal place for agriculture. Trees from the forest can be used to create timber. Not all soil is good for growing things, but it can still be useful. Clay is found in the southeast, can be used to make pottery. Stone can be used for gravel and cement. Some states in the southeast have abundant coal, oil, or natural gas. People can mine or drill for these resources and use them to provide energy for Americans. Jannalise,
Energy.
before she dies, I was woo. Very good, energy.
That's what energy.
13. Pottery can be made from what?
What is it? Clay.
Mm-hmm. Clay. So I'm gonna shut off the video because it's been going for 20 and